Hello. In this short video, I'm going to set up a very simple Vault development server on AWS using Terraform. And you may want to do this if you're playing around with Vault or learning Vault or using Vault in your dev environment or anything like that. This setup obviously cannot be used in production environments. In production environments, you would make sure that you implement security and set up Vault in a clustered configuration. So this can only be used for development or testing or training purposes. So first of all, we'll review the Terraform configuration file that we're going to use. So this is the Terraform configuration file. And our provider is AWS because we're going to set it up on AWS. This little tidbit just extracts the AMI image that we're going to use in our particular region, and I will be using the CA Central region since I'm in Canada. And then we will deploy our EC2 instance, and Vault is very lightweight, so T2 micro is more than plenty. And it's going to use this AMI image that gets extracted from the data source above. And it's going to use this key name, which I have pre-provisioned in AWS in my AWS console. And then it's going to run these commands to start HTTP server, Apache server, and download Vault and unzip it, give it the right permissions, and then run it. And then it's going to extract the IP address of the EC2 instance that it deploys and uses that to run the dev server. It's going to use this connection method, and then I also have my key in the same directory as the Terraform file already, so it's going to use that key. And so that's what it's going to use to log into this EC2 instance to run these commands. And it's going to show me the public IP of my EC2 instance as well. And to access even this dev environment securely, we're going to implement this security group. And the security group allows access to the default port 8200 on HTTP. And I've just Googled what's my IP. And let's just do that again. What's my IP? And so I've done that ahead of time. And your IP will obviously be different. And so that means only from my IP I can access this Vault. And, typically in a production Vault environment, it would be super locked down, as Vault is a secrets management server after all. And I've also, for good measure, opened up 443 and SSH as well in case I want to SSH into it. And we have to open SSH so that Terraform itself can log into it to run these commands. So that's required. The only real optional one is 443. And I just put that in for good measure. And that's it. So we have completed the first step. And so now the second step is running Terraform apply. And again, I've done Terraform init ahead of time, but I'll do it again for good measure. And then we'll do Terraform apply. And we'll do Terraform plan as well for good measure. Make sure everything's still okay. All right. And everything looks good. All right. And then now we will do Terraform apply. And then we'll hit enter. And yes here. And so now it's creating the EC2 instance. We'll switch over to the AWS console. And I'll switch over to the right region. Again, I'm using this region, Canada Central region. All right, and I'll switch over to EC2. And it is still creating the instance. I'll just hit refresh here and we should see our instance here shortly. So, and then Terraform, as you know, intelligently creates the resources in the right order 95% of the time without having to explicitly define dependencies with the depends on it statement. And so it creates, the service security groups and VPC first and then creates the instance. So again, we should just see it here shortly. There you go. And that's the public IP of this particular instance. So I'm going to copy that. Okay. And we can see it's running through the provisioner, this set of commands that I've put in here. So it's doing that now. And so this is a private IP. And the public IP, Amazon nats it for you, so we don't need to worry about natting. And so we'll use this root token and see if we can log into our Vault instance that we just created. And so remember the default port is 8200 and it's HTTP, not HTTPS for the dev instance. Obviously for prod, you would do HTTPS with proper certificates and everything. We'll copy this root token and log into it. And here you go. We're logged into our Vault on AWS. So we hit Terraform apply, we reviewed the results on AWS console, and we logged into the Vault. And that's it. Thank you for watching.